Hey guys, Bird Yu-Gi-Oh here. So today I wanted to bring you my Runic deck. I think this is a really fun deck. It's not quite where it needs to be. I think it's a few really decent cards away from being good, or maybe like a engine in here that just brings it to the next level. But I've tried a few different engines, and this one I kind of like the best. So yeah, let's get right into it. Starting off with all of the Runic quick play, which that's most of them. Simply the best one is Runic Tip. Now all of the Runic quick play spells have all of them have an effect to special summon a Runic monster from your extra deck to the extra monster zone, or another effect. And Runic Tip's other effect is you can add one Runic card from your deck to your hand. And then you banish the top card of your opponent's deck. So that one is your starter card, basically. Searches anything you need. And then we have 3 Freezing Curses. So it has the same effect to special summon a Runic monster, or you can target an effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects, and then banish the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. Flashing Fire is going to target a special summon monster your opponent controls, destroy it, and then you banish the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. Runic Destruction is one of my favorite ones. This one you target a spell and trap, destroy it, and then you banish the top 4 cards of your opponent's deck. So basically you can see kind of a trend. This wants to banish cards from the top of your opponent's deck so that they either can't use them or you can potentially have them deck out. I've had both instances where I've just hit a lot of cards that like I was playing against Branded, just kept on hitting important cards that they needed, or that they were trying to search or use with like Branded Fusion. It worked very well. And then one that I like at 3, I've seen some people play it at 2, Golden Droplet. Your opponent draws a card, which obviously is not too good, but then it makes them banish the top 4 cards of their deck. So it's basically getting 5 cards from their deck, which again helps with you kind of decking them out. I would play 3 Runic Slumber, which allows you to target a monster on the field, and the next time it's destroyed by battle or card effect, it is not destroyed, and it cannot attack this turn. So sometimes that's nice to target an opponent's monster, make it not be able to attack, and then you also banish the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. And then we are also playing 2 Smiting Storm. This one, you just banish cards from the top of your opponent's deck up to the number of cards they control. So this can potentially be a lot of cards, or it could potentially be just like 3 cards. So sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's not that good. That's why I just played at 2. And then the last quick play is Runic Dispelling. This is very specific because your opponent has to add a card from their deck to their hand, except during the draw phase, and then you can discard a random card from their hand and banish the top 2 cards of their deck. So actually it works really well with Golden Droplet. But yeah, I like it at 2. It does come up. Obviously decks are always searching, so it's more live than not. Really nice. So that's all the quick plays. And then the next, this is probably the single most important card in this deck, is Runic Fountain. This is your field spell. This allows you to activate all of these quick plays from your hand during your opponent's turn. So it allows you to not have them set on the field to potentially get destroyed. And then if you activate a Runic quick play, you can target up to 3 Runic quick play spells in your graveyard, place them on the bottom of the deck in any order, and draw the same number of cards. So basically on your opponent's turn or your turn, you want to get 3 of these in the graveyard, or have 2 of them in the grave, activate one, and then shuffle all 3 of those back into the deck and draw 3 more. So you can see how devastating that could be, like on your opponent's turn, when you use 3 disruptions and then get 3 more disruptions. Kind of really broken. Just a really, really good card. And then we also play the final Runic spells are 3 Runic Allure. This basically just says each time a quick play spell activates, you banish the top card of your opponent's deck. So if your opponent activates quick plays, they have to banish the top. If you, they have to banish the top every single time. It's not a once per turn, so you could potentially have them banishing, 5-6 cards in a turn. And that's it for the Runic spells that we play. And for the non-Runics, we're playing 2 Book of Eclipse. That's the last of, I have 2 of those, and then 1 Called by the Grave. That's the last of the quick plays that we're playing. Play Terraforming, of course, to search our amazing field spell. 1 Day of Peace, because, forgot to say, so the other stipulation with any of your quick plays that you activate, you have to skip your next battle phase after activation. So usually if you're activating on your turn, and then on your opponent's turn, you're always skipping your battle phase. So having a card like 1 Day of Peace just gives you an extra turn to then get more cards, and then Upstart Goblin. It's a 40 card deck, so why not? And then basically our normal summon engine that we're playing, that I decided to play, is a little Lightsworn engine. So we're playing 3 Raiden and 3 Charge of the Light Brigade. Now, the only reason for this is to get more quick plays into the grave to set up for Runic Fountain. To be able to use that first turn, every turn, it just makes that more consistent. And also with Raiden being a level 4, and then Jerry, the Runic Fangs, being a level 4, you can make Baguska pretty easily. And having that on the field, along with all your interruptions that you have from your quick plays, is just really, really good. So that's the reason I'm playing this. I tried out like the Majesty's Fiend engine. I liked it, but I felt like it was a little more stally, I guess, than taking advantage of the actual Runic, which I think Raiden does very well. Just loading up your graveyard with quick plays so that you can then just draw more, use more, draw more. It just recycles everything really good. And so for the extra deck, we play 3 of the Runic Fangs. So this one, it cannot be destroyed by card effects. And then if it's special summoned to the extra zone, you can target 1 non-quick play Runic spell in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So that's basically just Runic Fountain or Runic Allure. And then when this card is destroyed by battle, you can target 1 card on the field and destroy it. So both those come up. Also playing 3 Munin. Now this one, if it's special summoned, you can discard a card and then add a Runic Continuous, so basically Runic Allure, from your deck to your hand. And then when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a Runic card you control, or a set card you control, you can banish this card you control and negate the activation and destroy it. And then during the end phase, you can gain 1,000 life points. That will help you in time. And then I just played 2 of the Hugin. If it's special summoned, you can discard a card and then add Runic Fountain from your deck to your hand. And then if another card you control would be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish this card you control instead. And then if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can return it to the extra deck. So that's why I feel you really only need 2, but you can play 3 if you have 3. And then Super Polymerization is a definite must in the side deck, since it is a quick play as well. So we got our Super Polymerization targets. Of course, our Baguska, Abyss Dweller, they're very easy to make. And then Phoenix Cerberus, if you have a Raiden and then one of these guys, you can make one of these if you need to. But yeah, that's the deck. It's mostly, you don't really go too much into this, except for obviously the Runic cards that you're special summoning to the extra monster zone. But yeah, it's a really fun deck. I think it has a lot of potential. It just needs probably just a few more cards, a few more good cards. And I think it's really fun. A lot of people are using this with like the Sprite engine, because you have basically a free level 2 right here. And you have a lot of quick plays that you can play with the Sprite engine. But I like just the pure. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll catch you on the next one.